Egypt is one of the most mysterious and fascinating civilizations in human history, a land of pyramids, pharaohs, and secrets buried beneath thousands of years of sand. From the Great Pyramid of Giza to the ancient Nile River, Egypt shaped science, time, and culture long before the modern world existed. But what most people know about Egypt is only the surface. Hidden behind the famous monuments are facts so strange, so advanced, and so unbelievable that they still puzzle historians today. Stay until the end, because Egypt only gets more mysterious the deeper you go. Egypt holds something that feels almost impossible in today's world. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the last surviving wonder of the ancient world, standing strong for more than 4,500 years. It has watched civilizations rise, collapse, and disappear while it remained. Stone by stone, it carries the weight of human ambition and belief across time. Standing before it isn't just about seeing history, it's about feeling how small a single lifetime is compared to something built to last forever. What really shifts your sense of time is realizing how old the pyramids truly are. They were already ancient when Cleopatra was alive. In fact, Cleopatra lived closer to the moon landing than to the moment the pyramids were built. That idea almost doesn't feel real. It stretches history in a way that's hard to grasp, reminding you just how deep Egypt's past runs, and how brief even the most famous moments in human history really are. The Nile River feels like a miracle when you really think about it. It flows straight through the largest desert on Earth, cutting a narrow line of life through endless sand. Without it, Egypt simply wouldn't exist. No cities, no farms, no history as we know it. Everything grew from that river: food, culture, civilization itself. The Nile isn't just water moving through a landscape, it's the reason millions of people were able to live, build, and leave a mark that still shapes the world today. What's often overlooked about ancient Egypt is how advanced its knowledge really was. Thousands of years ago, they practiced complex surgery, performing brain operations, detailed dental work, and even creating prosthetic limbs. This wasn't guesswork or superstition, it was careful observation and skill passed down through generations. Realizing that people so far in the past understood the human body at this level changes how you see history. Ancient Egyptians weren't just building monuments, they were quietly laying the foundations of medicine itself. It's hard to imagine now, but the Great Pyramid didn't always look the way it does today. It was once covered in polished white limestone, smooth and bright, reflecting sunlight like a mirror. From miles away, it would have shined against the desert, impossible to ignore. That brilliance wasn't just decoration, it was a statement of power, precision, and belief. Thinking about how it once gleamed makes the pyramid feel less like a ruin and more like a vision of ancient ambition at its peak. It's incredible to realize that the way we track time today traces back to ancient Egypt. They created the 365-day calendar by carefully observing the stars and the rhythms of nature. This wasn't a rough estimate. It was a system built with intention and deep understanding. Seasons, agriculture, and religious life all depended on it. Thousands of years later, we're still living by a structure they designed. It's a quiet reminder that some of the most fundamental parts of modern life were shaped by minds looking up at the night sky in the ancient world. Most people picture Egypt as just 3 pyramids rising out of the desert, but the reality is far more astonishing. Egypt has more than 100 pyramids scattered across the land. Many are damaged, partially buried, or completely hidden beneath layers of sand, quietly waiting to be rediscovered. It makes you realize how much history is still unseen, still untouched. Beneath the surface of the desert lies an entire world of ambition, belief, and forgotten stories, reminding us that Egypt's past is far larger than what we usually see. Mummification in ancient Egypt wasn't reserved only for pharaohs and royalty. Animals were mummified too, by the millions. Cats, crocodiles, birds, and many other creatures were carefully preserved, often as sacred offerings or symbols of the gods they represented. This practice shows how deeply animals were woven into Egyptian beliefs about life, death, and the afterlife. It wasn't just about preserving bodies, it was about honoring spiritual connections that extended far beyond humans. In ancient Egypt, cats weren't just pets, they were sacred. They were worshipped as divine beings, symbols of protection, grace, and balance. Harming a cat wasn't seen as an accident or a minor crime. It was a serious offense, punishable by death. That level of reverence says a lot about how deeply spirituality shaped everyday life. Cats walked freely through homes and temples, respected and protected, treated as living links between the human world and something far greater. For more than 1,400 years, hieroglyphs were a complete mystery. The symbols covered temples and tombs, but no one alive could understand what they meant. Entire stories, names, and beliefs were locked away in silence. Everything changed with the discovery of the Rosetta Stone, which finally allowed scholars to decode the language. In that moment, ancient Egypt began to speak again, not through ruins, but through its own words, reconnecting the modern world with a civilization long thought lost. The Sphinx is one of those monuments that still refuses to give up all its secrets. Some researchers believe it may be far older than officially accepted, possibly predating what we consider the start of Egyptian civilization itself. Weathering patterns and erosion have raised questions that don't fit neatly into established timelines. Whether these theories are right or not, they add to the mystery. The Sphinx feels less like a statue and more like a silent witness, watching thousands of years pass without ever explaining what it truly knows. One of the most awe-inspiring things about ancient Egypt is how precisely their temples were designed. Many of them align perfectly with the sun and the stars, calculated with incredible accuracy thousands of years ago. In some temples, sunlight enters only on specific days of the year, illuminating a single statue or chamber deep inside. Those moments weren't accidental, they marked sacred events, seasons, or divine anniversaries. It's a powerful reminder that these structures weren't just buildings, but instruments of time, light, and belief, built with a cosmic understanding that still amazes us today. What's incredible about Egypt is that so much of it is still hidden. Only a small fraction of ancient Egypt has actually been excavated, while countless ruins remain buried beneath sand, farmland, and even modern cities. Entire temples, tombs, and settlements are still waiting underground, untouched for thousands of years. It makes you realize that what we know is only a glimpse, not the full story. Egypt isn't just a land of ancient history. It's a place where the past is still quietly resting beneath our feet, waiting to be uncovered. Egypt reminds us that history is far from finished. Beneath the desert sands, along the Nile River, and inside ancient temples, countless secrets are still waiting to be uncovered. The pyramids, the pharaohs, and the mysteries of ancient Egypt continue to challenge everything we think we know about the past. And the truth is, we've only explored a fraction of what this civilization left behind. If these fascinating facts about Egypt surprised you, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more documentary-style stories about the most mysterious places on Earth. Because history isn't just something we study, it's something that still speaks to us today. This is Brain Blow. Stay curious.